Hey, what's going on, guys? Seth here with the Christ in Sports. Today we're going to talk about how can I kill my sin. This was a question that was asked from someone from my youth group. So this is me answering the question biblically. And so as you can see here in the background, we're going to look at today Romans 13:14, Proverbs 4:25 and 27, or through 27, and First Peter 5:8. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start here in Romans 13:14. Romans 13:14 says, "But put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no plans to satisfy the fleshly desires." Um in other words, if you know something is going to or can lead you to sin, don't even really do that thing. Like don't plan to sin, but if you know something can lead you to sin, don't even plan to do that thing. So for example, some things in my life is if I know hanging out with some friends are gonna lead me to like, doing drugs, gossiping, two very different ends of the spectrum. I'm actually gonna plan not to hang out with that friend because I know I'm more than likely gonna sin when I'm with that friend. Or if having Instagram leads me to sit on my phone for 10 hours a day and just be lazy, or take me to some places that I should not be looking at where I'm looking at women incorrectly, I'm not going to have Instagram. That would be the first point of how to kill your sin. Don't plan to sin, but instead plan not to sin, and take that to the very extreme measure. The next thing we're going to talk about is Proverbs 4:25 through 27, which says, "Let your eyes look forward, fix your gaze straight ahead. Carefully consider the path for your feet, and all your ways will be established. Don't turn to the left or to the right, but instead keep your feet away from evil." And so, what this is talking about is really staying forward, really staying forward. Um, the illustration I always give, and if you go back and watch my Proverbs series, you'll see when I read this, I probably said, I always think about grocery shopping with my mom. Um, Whenever I was grocery shopping with my mom as a little kid, I'd be like, I just want to get out of here. I just want to go home. And so, if going straight is the milk aisle, and to the left is clothes, which we don't need, and to the right is toys, which we don't need, I'm telling my mom, man, stay straight, stay fixed forward, keep your gaze straight. Don't turn left to the clothes and don't turn right to the toys. Stay on what you're here to do. In other words, really focusing on Christ, keep your gaze forward, keep your focus and mission of life on Christ. Don't look or turn to the other things, and these other things are sinful. So again, back to even the Romans is I'm making a point not to sin. I'm making it a point to stay forward on this path, to stay focused on Christ. And lastly, we're going to talk about First Peter 5:8, which says, "Be serious, be alert. Your adversary, the devil, is prowling around like a roaring lion, looking for anyone he can devour." Be serious, be alert. Always be thinking of heavenly and godly things because you are constantly under attack. So do this by always reading and always praying, by listening to worship music, by going to church. Something I've experienced for myself is I find I let sin back into my life a lot with that music I listen to. If I'm listening to 21 Savage, or like it can be like things from my past, but I'll notice that when I start listening to that music again, I start having those temptations again, and that's something that really hits me. But I do know that what First Peter is talking about is this is a serious matter. This must be taken seriously. Turning to the left and to the right is deadly. Of course, it might not, telling a white lie now might not do anything, but it's our spiritual lives that will be affected. We'll spiritually be dead. And so we must take it seriously. So, blanket conclusion. How can I, Seth Johnson, how can I kill my sin? Be serious. Be serious about sin. Even respect sin. I respect the temptation of drugs so much that I won't even put myself in situations where there's drugs. Same thing with alcohol. I respect being a drunk too much that I won't even put myself in situations where there's a lot of alcohol around. Don't put yourself in those situations where you know you can sin. That's how you kill sin, is by uprooting it before it can even happen. Again, Romans 13:14 really paints it perfectly. Plan on not sinning. Don't plan to sin. Plan on not sinning to the finest degree. Don't even let it happen. But that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them down in the description, or wait, the comment section.